Hey everybody, this is Pyeth McQueen of EmpoweredProsperity.com, and I help women build a life and livelihood on their divine blueprint by birthing themselves and living their mission. So welcome to the weekly vlog. This week is a follow-up to last week's video, which was all about birthing yourself, birthing your mission, birthing your purpose is birthing you. And if you haven't watched that video, scroll down and watch it first, because it's really helpful to get you started on what this video is about, which is how to create an amazing postpartum care plan for your mission, for you after birthing yourself and your mission. I think that so many of us people, but women especially, tend to overlook the need for self-care, for kind of like turning the volume down on life and creating a very intentional plan around the way that we're going to operate after we do something big projects, big creations. Even a lot of us women after birthing a baby don't even take the amount of care and time we need after such an event. And there is such a repercussion to this. So if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a coach, if you're a service-based consultant, you actually need a postpartum care plan after a launch, as well as if you're birthing your mission and yourself for the very first time in your life. Like you feel like you're really, for the first time, letting all of yourself out in all of your wholeness and glory. That's what I'm here to help you with. And so today's video is about how to create a postpartum care plan to support you with that, so you can really be vivacious afterwards and get to experience the benefit of what you have created, what you've birthed. One of the challenges that I notice for all of us super motivated, super mission driven people is that the idea of taking a lot of time to slow down can be a little bit scary. Can be even something we just completely resist, which is why we don't necessarily create an intentional period of rest after big projects. And so I want to speak to this because creating a really good postpartum, post-launch, post-mission birthing care plan, it doesn't have to mean you put everything on hold. It doesn't mean you have to literally stop everything and just like lay in bed for 40 days. The way I see it is it's all about intention. It's all about the way you are showing up to what you commit to, as well as observing whether or not the commitments you have are right for you in this time. And what do you need to say a sacred no to? And what can you keep on the calendar? Now, once you've done that, once you've figured out like what needs to be moved off of your calendar, I recommend a good 40 days is a nice guideline to give you a window of just like turning the volume down. So what can you do in the next 40 days after you birth a huge project, birth the new you, to slow down? What can you say no to? And once you've figured that out and communicated however you need to communicate, then the next step is going to be looking at how to unlock time. Yes, okay, this is a really exciting tip I want to share with you about how time is not linear. It's more like circular. And if you pull away the fabric of reality, the fabric we live in, which is like sunrises and sunsets, and you just for a moment peel that away from the way that you view time, what if there wasn't a sunrise and a sunset? How would time work? What kind of pathway would it take? So the reality about time is that any point of a timeline is accessible at any moment to you. And the way you can access it is in the faculty of meditation. So meditation meaning getting out of the alpha brainwave pattern, which is the think, 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 do, 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 into beta, which is a little slower, meditative, and theta, which is deeper and a very restorative place of meditation, where in that state you can actually access different points on your timeline and make adjustments to your life. So the reason why I suggest meditating on how to unlock time is that, let's say you have to spend 8 hours at a job. You know, we all have things we have to do. I have my little girl, I'm a wife, running a business, I have clients, I have my mastermind, gotta cook and clean. So there's things I'm showing up for. During that time, what I decide to do is consider it a shorter period of time than it actually is. If I've got to spend 8 hours doing something that's not restful to me, I'm going to squeeze that amount of time into a shorter perception of that reality using that meditative state throughout the day. And then when it's time for me to rest, I'm going to expand that time beyond, let's say it's only 30-45 minutes, but I'm going to be in the deepest meditative state I can be, to expand that time to make it feel like luxurious and profound and restorative, so that I don't have to check out of life, but I can check into a restorative state more deeply and be more intentional when I have to do things and have to get things done. So if you've just birthed a baby, you're going to be wanting to actually sleep for like days on end, and 40 days of lying in is a really normal thing to do. But if you're birthing a business idea, birthing mission, birthing purpose, birthing projects, launching, this is the way to go. So I want you to unlock time, delve into a profound meditative state throughout your day. Take the times when you have to be doing stuff and just slow your brainwave patterns down by breathing deeper, and just in your mind's eye consider that time being this big, this much of your day. And then when it's rest time, I want you to expand that time in your perception and intentionally make it feel like it's just so luxurious and long that it's really restful, that it's a wonderful self-care time for you. And so it really activates that postpartum self-care intentionality. So I hope that helps you this week. You can use that tip for just about anything. It doesn't even have to be for after a big birthing of mission. It can just be because you only have 10 minutes to yourself. I'm a mom, so that's really often the case where I'm like, wow, I have literally 1 minute right now to just slow down and activate profound self-care. And I do that all the time so I can check in with the deeper reality of who I am. And the more I take the time to be there, the more nurtured and fed I can feel. Those 3 minutes, that 1 minute can feel like an eternity. And this goes to like Einstein's theory of relativity, where he said basically time is all about perception. So it's relative to your perception. For example, 1 second of your hand on a hot stove can feel like forever because it's painful. Or 1 hour with your beloved can feel like it went by like that because it was so wonderful. So it's all about perception. The amount of time you have, how you feel about the time you have, how you relate to the amount of time you have, the stories you tell yourself about the amount of time you have for the things you have to be and do in the world. It's all your perception, and you can make time work for you. And like I said, to finish this video up, if you are in the postpartum period of a big birthing, a big project, a big move, a big change, a big transition, you're going to want to activate more time for self-care, even if it's short. Especially like the parents out there, I think kind of know this really viscerally, because you just, your life isn't about you all the time anymore. It's really about this other human. So we're learning this like at a rapid pace as parents, but everyone can learn it. Earlier you learn it, the better, I think. So anyway, hope this tip was helpful for you. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe. Share it with a friend if it can help somebody. And I'll see you next week, everybody. Thank you.